On the phone right now, joining us via the Skype line, new friend of the show, Scott Grimes. Yay! Scotty, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How's my new friends doing?
What? Fantastic.
Holla!
I just am so amazed that we have the opportunity to talk with you today that I was telling everybody all week long on Facebook, on Twitter, on the air. You know, we only have 5 hours, and I couldn't mention you enough that I hope everybody enjoys the interview as much as we do. So what are you doing right now? From what I understand, you're at the American Dad Studios doing your voice for Steve Smith. Yep. Is that right?
That's right. We just did a read-through. We do a read-through every week, like sitcoms do, like any TV show does. And then I do the record for the one we read. And that right now I was recording Steve Smith for American Dad, and took a 5-minute break here, 10-minute break to talk to you all. And then I'll go right back in the studio with Seth MacFarlane and all the cats over here in American Dad.
Wow, that's cool.
That's a big deal, man.
I have a friend of ours, a friend of the stations, who's been with us for at least the last 6-7 months. Sean over in Washington D.C. area is a huge voice actor fan, as well as anime and all the rest of the crazy cartoon stuff.
Which is a very nice way of saying he's a nerd.
Right,
Go on.
Right, he's a full-blown nerd, and this would be actually 2 steps above geek is where his nerd lies. But he was one who actually told us that you were now doing Steve Smith, which I thought was totally cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's where I am. I mean, imagine, because Family Guy's done here, American Dad's done here, and the Cleveland Show's done here. So this whole building is just filled with nerds. I mean, that's who make the show, and I'm one of them.
That's awesome.
Now, do you like? Did you collect like Star Wars action figures and all that stuff? Were you a nerd from day one, or just?
Yeah.
Oh, you were.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm a nerd, but I consider I'm a cool nerd. I still I don't know what a cool nerd even means. I think I just made that up.
All right. So before you did American Dad, Party of Five, Mystery Alaska, Band of Brothers, and then somehow or another, you and Russell end up back together in the Ridley Scott Robin Hood.
We're best friends, and I know that sounds funny. It always makes me feel weird when you say some giant celebrity's your best friend, but I've known him for so long. I've known him for 15 years, and in this business, it's a long time. And we've hung out more as friends, and we've worked together. So, and with this whole new Twitter thing, and daily and hourly being able to get in touch with someone and say fun stuff. Yeah, of course we have we enjoy each other as much as 2 men can enjoy each other without touching each other in funny places.
Now, do you go down to Australia and hang out at the ranch and get in bar fights with him?
Yeah, well, we haven't gotten in bar fights in years and years. That was when we were all younger and dumb. But we definitely we sit there and I hang out with him when we do have a couple of pints of beer and talk about our kids now instead of like ladies or whatever. Talk about our families and our wives and all that. It's kind of boring, but it's still, hey, we're still hanging out and drinking and having a good time.
No, you're absolutely right. That's the excellent part about it.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys meet on Mystery Alaska?
Yeah, we met on that movie and became good friends because we both we both had a thing for music, and he had a band and I had a band. We started writing songs, and so our relationship kind of is based on more liking music than actually acting. And that was a huge part, obviously, of Robin Hood was merry men drinking and singing together.
Right.
So that's why it worked out so well, and the relationship's kind of up there on the screen. So, but yeah, we still do music together and we still hang out, but we met on a mystery.
The beard in Robin Hood, yours or glue on?
All mine, man. All mine.
Ooh.
So
if you watch the end of ER, the last 4, 5, 6 episodes, you can see it starting. You can see it going. You can see it growing.
Right.
I had to grow because I left right after ER to do it, and then we had about a 3-week thing. And if actually you watch the movie, some of the scenes at the end, which we did at the beginning, my beard is much shorter, and there's a scene at the beginning of the movie where we're in these stocks. We're being held like captive in these stocks.
Oh.
And that's like one of the last scenes in the movie. That we shot. And that's the longest it was. So I see it, but that's all me, man. It was the most annoying thing. It was like a life of its own.
The only reason I ask is because it comes out very curly And I've never seen you with like abruptly curly hair, so
Yeah.
it was. I was like, it's just glue on. He looks like a Greek statue.
Completely real, and it was longer than it even looked because, not to be gross here, but my beard curled up.
Yeah.
Right.
Like so, if I actually took a piece and stretched, or you could see how long. It was nuts, man. It was crazy.
I can't wait.
But with that being said, it didn't like hang like a nice beard. In the morning, I looked like a cat that just got out of like a glue factory and just went. It was like painted on my. It was like a big, like pillow on my face. It was odd. It was weird.
Oh,
so
that's
I
crazy.
combed it. I conditioned it and combed it and did all the things you would normally do.
Oh, that's awesome.